Good afternoon. My name's Scott Driver. This is Life as an SMB in a Big Enterprise World. Thank you guys for sticking it out till the end of the conference. There is no technical content in this presentation. So, who comes to a technical conference and presents something without technical content? This guy. Everybody's seen this. There's nothing in here that pertains to. So a little bit about me. Most importantly, my son made me promise to put in the slide deck that my favorite color is blue. But I live in northern Vermont. That's what the VT and my blog and my Twitter handle stand for. Not exactly a thriving tech hub. So coming to one of these big conferences a couple years back, it really struck me that how much all of these vendors are going after the big boys. This one particular conference, a unnamed storage vendor was pitching their latest NVMe array, and I went to myself, I will never get any closer to that than I am right now. And Pat and Michael actually talked about this in the roundtable the other day. There's a lot of people in the SMB space. There's a lot of us, the technical folks, and it can be challenging. There's a lack of resources, both monetary and people-wise. Being small, you can't negotiate the same way that a GE would do. And then sometimes you just don't get the love from them because you are small. So what I wanted to do was just kind of go through some of the things I've learned over the years. Hopefully something in here strikes you as helpful. So the first thing, and I would say this is important for everybody, not whether you're big, small, you have to know yourself, you have to know your organization, you have to know your competencies, what your technology is. If you're an IIS shop, do you really care about what's going on with Hadoop, for example? Maybe not. But unless you know yourself, you know your people, you know your technology, you can't focus on what's really important, and there's a lot of noise out there, so that focus is really important. Now, to completely contradict myself, you still have to maintain a pulse on what's going on in the world. Otherwise, you know, the year of Flash was a couple years ago. How would you know that, you know, as your storage arrays are coming up, maybe it's time to look at getting rid of, you know, spinning disk and looking at Flash. It's maintaining that pulse that will allow you to, combined with knowing yourself, focus in on what's important to your organization. If you find someone who you can work with who knows your business, they can help you with those previous elements. Part of their job is to know what's going on in the world and give you the solutions to fit your organization. Again, you know, northern Vermont, I don't have a lot of resources, but what I do have is some very trusted partners, and I refer to them as partners, not resellers, because they know what I'm doing, they know who my people are, they know what's key to my organization. Again, this is something every organization should be doing, big or small, but patching is important. Is it a value add for your organization? Probably not. You should be automating. Hopefully everybody's starting to automate. If you aren't, you should follow me to my next session on Power CLI in a half hour. But by removing these non-value add activities, you can turn and focus on what's going to drive your organization forward. If you're the guy that brings automation into your company, you can be that hero with a cape. So this is something that we've tried to make use of. There's a lot of free tools out in the marketplace. And even if it's not free, you should be paying attention to your license agreements. If you bought Enterprise Plus vSphere, for example, you get a backup and replication solution. Not everybody knows that. You have to read through and know what you're actually getting. But putting that aside, if you're not an enterprise customer, you may not need the big enterprise licenses. 80% of the features will be in vSphere standard, for example. But then even beyond that, you've got people like SolarWinds that give you a bunch of free tools that may fit your edge case. So there's a lot of free stuff out there, and you just have to hunt and go back to the first slide. Know yourself, know what your needs are, and you can find some free solutions to help you on your way. I would say this isn't necessarily pertinent to small businesses, but it can be tough to find creativity in a technology field. But for me, it's something I drive a lot of value out of. Being able to do something like writing scripts can be a creative activity that makes you the hero, where you, by leveraging that, knowing yourself and your organization, you can become a happier, more engaged employee. And then going back to the previous slide, with your creativity, you can go out and find tools and build the solution for your organization. So that's all I had, just a few quick tips. So thanks for coming. Hope you guys had a good conference.